You're watching Good Boy Feast. You're watching Good Boy Feast. Fighting just to save our lives. Got you laughing every night.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, and now that I've got my potatoes planted, will they grow? I want to come check out the barn a little bit more, and then I don't know what I'm going to do.
There's not a lot to see just yet. I haven't put the animals in their pens or anything like that.
We're have to make a good path to somehow get out to this barn.
Yeah. I want to make a path like kind of through the mountain out the back here towards where you're at down there.
Oh, I need to make a silo.
Oh yeah.
That's what I need to make. I don't know what a good silo color would be though.
What's a normal silo look like? What is a silo color?
I mean, they're just like metal, right?
Yeah. Just make it out of iron blocks.
No big deal, just iron blocks.
We do have a lot. Not enough for a whole silo, yeah. But we do have a lot of iron.
Let's see what we got over here. There's no way to make like andesite or anything like that. You have to mine it.
I think so. I mean, we'll get quite a bit of that over time, but a matter of having it right now.
Right. Would be. I'm going to use the fancy little. I use polished andesite, which is just 4 andesite. Yeah, we can't do anything with.
What about netherrack? Or not
No, netherrack would look beautiful.
nether quartz.
But I mean, that's going to take a while to collect. I was actually going to go into the nether trying to collect some quartz, but it wasn't for this. God, what would be a good? And do you do a wooden silo?
Yeah,
a metal
wouldn't
silo?
be that bad, yeah.
I guess. Trying to think what tree color, because you're using the dark oak, right?
Yeah.
Or the spruce or dark oak?
Spruce actually.
We go find some lighter trees.
I think I'm gonna do some birch with it. Maybe I'm gonna see what the birch looks like. It's like a trim.
We have birch. We have oak. Those are the only saplings we have.
Yeah.
Birch and oak. I'm gonna venture out, just not too far this time, and look for.
Your episodes are you walking.
It's just me walking around and coming back in a circle. Oh, I got this itch in my nose so bad, and I'm fighting a creeper.
It's like some kind of song. Got an itch in my nose so bad, and I'm fighting a creeper.
So I know you won't care about this too much because it's football related. But last night at the fire station, last night was Monday, and that's the day I'm at the fire station, and it was a Monday night football game that was my team versus one of the other guys on Monday night shift is a huge Giants fan, so it was the Lions versus Giants game.
Uh-huh.
And we had been preparing for this for a couple weeks, like talking shit to each other and like preparing a meal of like, hot wings and stuff just to get in like the football spirit. But I've not watched a Lions game without a beer in my hand in many, many, many years because I always make sure like I am football ready. And I was going to try to find coverage for the fire station, except for the fact that, this other guy that's there with me on Monday nights happens to be a Giants fan. So I thought it'd be fun to like have the rivalry there. So I don't think he expected my true fandom to be what it really was. Right when the game started, I like opened up my my button-down shirt, my fire department shirt, to reveal like the Lions jersey I was wearing underneath. And then every quarter, I went upstairs and came back down and showed up with a Lions cap on. And then at the end of the half, I went upstairs and got a Lions scarf and came downstairs with it on. And then I had these Lions gloves and put them on. So by the end, I'm just sitting there like basically in full out winter garb of Lions gear at the fire station. And everybody was coming down and just laughing hysterically because they couldn't believe that I just not only had all those things, but brought them to the fire station. I'm the officer in charge, and I'm sitting there just wearing like ridiculous Lions gear. In the middle of the game, we did get dispatched out to an odor of smoke at an apartment complex, so I had to go get in like full gear. And so no big deal when you're in your full turnouts, everything is, covered up. But we had to lay out, supply line just in case there was actually a fire, which it, turned out.
Did you leave all this shit on while you did that?
No, I didn't leave all of it on, but I still had my jersey on underneath, and I didn't button up my shirt again because I was under my turnout, so no big deal. Well, afterwards, we're getting ready, and we're like, packing up all the hose lines, so I take off the jacket and everything like that so you're not sweating the whole time while you're doing it. Not even realizing as I'm sitting there, putting hose line up that I just random guy is sitting there working on the back of a fire truck with a Detroit Lions jersey in the middle of
oh god,
Maryland fire department somewhere.
So did the Lions win?
They did. They
Oh, that's
did.
good.
I was not expecting that, and I was very happy that they did though. But yeah, he was not a happy man. I think it was because I wore the gear and I yelled at the TV a lot.
Yeah, you probably did it.
Oh God, yeah, it must have been me. It had to have been. Like,
so
I'm surprised they didn't call me this morning to say, "Hey Jeff, thanks for the
Jeff.
support." Like,
We heard you had to leave early
you.
on and go to that fire, and we were really worried that we weren't going to be able to make it without you.
Yeah, it was the greatest thing was the fire happened like literally before halftime. Or the fire, quote unquote. And I did miss a pretty incredible kick, apparently, which I still haven't seen the video of. But I got back as the third quarter was kicking off. So we weren't gone for that long, and I didn't miss any really important things in the game, which was great. But anyways, you were saying.
So there's this meme on Reddit, and it's some Lions guy, and he's looking up at the scoreboard, I assume. And the meme is always it's something like. And I saw the same thing, like now would be an excellent time for a comeback or something like that. What does this mean?
I mean, so the Lions, I've never seen this particular meme, so I don't know exactly if I'm going to say this right, but the Lions are known as like a comeback team. Last year, they had 9 wins all season. 8 of those wins, they were down in the fourth quarter, and they came back for the win.
Okay.
So
that must just be why it gets posted all the time. It's whenever these comebacks happen, and I see it. I guess.
Right. I mean, and it's so a couple of years ago. I've seen the Lions come back from being down like 28 points at the half and just come back and dominate the end of the game and always win on like the last play of the game with like a ridiculous touchdown or.
Well, that's exciting football at least.
Oh, it's exciting, except it's as a Lions fan, it's so unreliable that it scares you, but it keeps you on your toes. That's the one nice thing.
Right.
Being a Lions fan
you don't
is
ever
great.
feel out. Like, especially if you go to the game, a lot of people leave like third quarter, right? Like, game's over.
Right.
But
yeah, you can't leave at a Lions game, even if they're down by like a ridiculous amount. I mean, people talk about now because of the whole Super Bowl last year was when Tom Brady came back from 28 points down and just before the fourth quarter started. I think I didn't see the entire Super Bowl because I was busy doing something else and I didn't really care about the outcome of that particular game. It was cool to watch the comeback because that was like a ridiculous deficit they never should have been able to come back from. And it kept everybody on their toes and everybody who had discounted them before. So those games are always exciting. But the Lions have never gone to the Super Bowl.
Oh,
so
really?
they're one of 3 teams that's never been to the Super Bowl. And yeah, so it's not something that you really like to have to rely on, but it definitely keeps you engaged in the game. When we were at the hell was it? Mindcon last year in Florida. Mm-hmm. And I set up the TV and you were getting all mad because I kept yelling at the TV on the Lions game.
I wasn't really getting mad. It's just...
I know. I just like to say that. It's funny. So Sebedis was watching the game with me, but he was not. I trying to remember if I was playing against his team, if we were playing against the Seahawks or not at that point. But either way, the Lions went down like by 4 touchdowns before the half. and I think they went down by 6 touchdowns before the half, and he was like discounting it, and I was like, "Don't worry, it's not over. They'll come back." And they actually came back to not close. They didn't make it a close game, but they came back to within 2, which is still kind of ridiculous. Like, how'd you let them get that close to a comeback? Just because that's what they do so that's what they've become known for. So I'm sure that's what that meme is related to.
Well, just got to get better and actually win more games consistently, so they can go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's exactly what needs to happen. Okay, I cannot find any good other trees, so I'm just going to use some of this birch and see if that looks any good. Yeah, if they can actually like come back and have some type of consistency to get somewhere, it would be amazing. But then at the same time, it'd almost be like they've been rebuilding themselves for multiple years. And I can't say I started when I first moved to DC. They went 0-16, which means they won 0 games. They were the first team to ever go 0-16 in national football. Granted, other teams have lost an entire season, but it was when there was less than 16 games. So, it depends on what perspective you put it in. I still watched every single game back then when nobody cared about being a Lions fan and people just thought I was insane for even having them as my team. And now that they've been rebuilding and doing better and better, there are people jumping on the bandwagon, especially with the quarterback. A lot of people really like the quarterback and follow him. And that's the problem with success, is then you become, it's like anybody who's a Patriots fan, you assume is just they're a Patriots fan because they just like to follow a winning team. Like, these people weren't born Patriots fans. They became Patriots fans because they won all the time. It's nature versus nurture.
They didn't come out of their mother's womb believing in the Patriots.
So as they start to get better and better, it kind of makes me sad because I don't want to ever be looked at as, oh, you must be one of those standard fair weather fans over there. Because
Right.
I've been there since the beginning.
You have video evidence. At least.
I do. I definitely have video evidence. Or should this silo? I want the silo to be relatively close to the barn, actually, but still close to the farm. Should a silo be like on top of the mountain?
What about like right here where this pillar's at? We tear this pillar down
And turn this into the silo. Yeah, that's probably a good spot. Granted, I have no idea what I'm going to make this silo look like.
because I think I'm gonna dig like through the mountain over here, like right about here.
You're gonna actually dig a tunnel over here?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna dig a
good.
tunnel right now.
Good.
In fact, so we can kind of see where it comes out at.
Yeah, I was kind of worried there actually wasn't going to be any connection. We constantly have to go over this thing. I was like, this seems like bad placement for all of our stuff.
I was thinking a mountain tunnel would look cool. Maybe do like a railroad track even.
Where's your tunnel?
I should be coming out soon.
I was gonna actually start like covering it back in so that you turn around and it was all closed, but I realized it makes noise, so it didn't really it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah, here we go. It's kind of a cliff face. We'll have to dig it down.
Let's see where this comes out. Oh, no, that's fine though. And then what we can do is like the actual way into the silo, wherever the silo goes, we just go straight this way
Oh yeah, yeah.
from here. What level are you at?
I think it probably needs to go down one. Let me come back over here.
I'm standing on Y80.
Okay. Let's see. Block. Okay, so yeah, 80. Okay, so I won't bring it down then. 'Cause this one's on 80 right now. The tunnel is.
And then we can cover this up and make it look however it actually needs to look, since I'm no longer in the mountain. I'm digging the side of the mountain out. Perfect.
Oh lord, at all the mobs. I'm running home.
Yeah, this will be like the entranceway into the bottom of the silo to get all the stuff. That'll be nice.
Jesus Christ.
How are you getting?
It's getting
Oh.
shot from every direction. I'm running home.
Now they shot each other, so now they're fighting.
Don't blow up, don't blow up, don't blow up. There's a creep on the way.
I seen him. I saw him getting all flashy on you. Dude, that was weird. There was one of these horror zombies. He was like fighting a bat.
Did you call him a horror zombie?
Yes, a horror zombie. He had his legs spread out there. For all the other.
That's what it came across as.
The horde. Isn't that what they are? The horde zombies or something?
What are those?
The ones from the. I would say the ones from the husk. That's it. Horde, husk, whore, whatever.
Good old horror zombies.
I mean, I'd rather be a horror zombie if I was gonna die. You know, you only live once. Enjoy it while you can. You're like, I don't know about that. That doesn't seem quite accurate. You're getting shot out there, man.
I am.
Keep picking up too much random stuff. We need some of those modded features in here, like the that ring of like destruction.
The ring of destruction.
Ring of destruction. Wasn't there that thing that would like you could? It was like a garbage. It wouldn't pick up the garbage item.
Oh right, yeah.
I like to call it the ring of destruction. One of those new axe. There. I figured the silo should be big enough to, inside of it, house a bunch of different chests and stuff for.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like put weed
foods,
and stuff
right?
in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how big it actually should be. But then there's this whole Minecraft making circles thing.
Yeah, that is always a problem.
4. And get one of those circle programs up so I can follow a pattern. God, I might need to. Yeah, people who have people who have that artistic and visual look, man, I give them so many props because I just can't do it. I worked at a place where I was a computer engineer and I was asked to create a website for something. I was like, okay, no big deal. I created the website for how That's actually probably what I want. Exactly right there. So I created this website, like all the back-end functionality of the site, but I'm terrible at doing the design work and the color schemes and making all that stuff work right because I don't have that visual eye.
Right.
There was a guy there who was a graphic designer and then he became an electrical engineer. So he was there technically working an electrical engineering position, but he was a graphical designer before he was an electrical engineer. And I was told to ask him for assistance with it because that was, part of his background. So I asked him to help and he literally gave me a palette swatch of colors and said, choose 2 colors that you think work good together. And I was like, but it was like a palette swatch of like hundreds of colors. And I was like, the problem is like, I don't I don't know what looks good together. Like you can give me a little swatch. I can't tell if that's going to look good from a perspective of is this going to look good when it's done on an entire web page or whatnot, because it's probably going to look, if I do it, it's probably going to look terrible. And he would get upset with me, and his response was always, everybody can be a graphic designer if you just work at it.
No.
And that was my whole point was no. No, absolutely not. That's why you have a degree in this shit, because everybody can't just go get a degree in graphic design, because if you don't have the graphic design touch, you're not going to pass some of these assignments that you have to do because they're based on doing that. That's like saying anybody can learn to program when some people's minds just don't work that way.
Right. Like those words have been told to me my whole life, because I took art every chance I could get in school, because I wanted to be able to draw and stuff, and everyone has always said, anyone can draw, they just got to practice more. And I spent years practicing, and my fucking hands cannot translate what my mind wants onto a piece of paper. They just can't do it, and no matter how much I've tried, I've never gotten any better at it. So those words, those have always pissed me off, because I've been being told that my whole life too, like, anyone can draw. No, you fucking can't. Nope.
Well, and if you think anyone can draw, why'd you get that degree in the first place? If anybody can do it, why did you need a degree to prove that you could do it?
Right.
And if I thought anybody could draw and I was hiring a graphic designer, why would I hire one that has a degree that I have to pay more?
Right, just hire somebody off the street.
Yeah, just be like, well, anybody can do it. I'll just hire you for cheap because you don't have a degree. And
I guess the degree shows that you've already put in all that practice, because anyone can do it. You just got to practice a bunch. So
yeah, but then you have to pay them more for a degree, right? Isn't that the way it works? Maybe not. This might be way too big. I'm just playing. That's definitely what she said to that other guy, and I was sad. I want to make this silo big enough to actually put stuff in.
Right.
I messed something up, though. What the hell did I mess up?
I mean, and in Minecraft, when it comes to artistic design, like, that kind of goes back to the whole programming versus art. For me, I always make things for function, and also have a programming background. So it's all about what works, not necessarily what looks the best.
Right, I'm very good at the back-end programming. Just that it's that making it look good, making the form look appeasing to want to fill out.
Right.
It can do all the cool shit on the back end if you filled it out how I wanted you to fill it out. But you might not know what the hell I wanted because it's designed in a way that you're like, I don't know what he wants me to put in these boxes.
Right.
They're those standard old text boxes that look so ugly on a form. This is a pretty giant silo.
Let me see this silo. That's a pretty big silo.
Yeah, I might be able to cut it down.
It won't be that bad, I don't think.
Don't think so. And then, I mean, the nice thing is this will give us plenty of area to do something inside of it.
Right.
I don't want it to be like, I mean, it's going to be like ridiculously larger than your barn.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's okay.
Let's kind of see what if I move this to.
I am going to make the barn 2 stories, though, so maybe that'll help. Or I would like to, at least. I like that all the animals are kind of gathered around the barn, like they're ready to move in.
They're like, get it done, man.
Yeah, what are you waiting on?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do it like this. This is just going to be the way.
Let's see what this looks like.
Are you seeing what it looks like to get another story on there, or what?
No, to do like a trim with birch. Like.
Oh, you know what? That's something I can trim out some of this in the dark.
Yeah.
if you trim it with birch, because they'll be contrasting, but they'll look right. But at the same time, any true graphic designers looking at this are probably like, "That's the ugliest.
Yeah.
Don't do it." And I'll be like, "That looks good."
I think it's fantastic. Anyone can be a graphic designer.
Hell, I don't know why I second guessed that guy this whole time. It seems so easy. God, you make me so mad, because then he wouldn't help me with it. I mean,
So
he
they
wouldn't
put
help me.
him on it, on
I'm sorry.
helping you,
It would. No, they didn't end up putting him on it. Like, I think we did some work on it and then it stopped. We moved on to like bigger and better, more important things. But I mean, and I guess he was trying to help me in his way. He wasn't. I wanted him to help.
He was trying to teach you how to fish, not fishing for you.
Right. I wanted him to fish for me because I wanted to continue working on the stuff that I had a degree in. You know, the things that I was more of an expert in than he was.
Right.
So that I could prove, my worth to the company. Don't try to make me be what your former degree was, because, you think that everybody has the same lack or the same talent. Oops.
I need to bring beds up here.
Are you signaling that I should go running back to?
We both should.
Oh, God damn it! Okay. I didn't leave myself a door here. Okay, I'm heading back. That moonwalking cow just freaked me out. Yeah, it was. I mean, I guess the zombies are out. Yeah, I picked up a bunch of saplings for you too. And an apple.
Well, I guess as we sleep, we should also end this day in the video that we're releasing as well.
All right.
See you guys later.
See ya.